What's up, nerds? It's Tiri. Welcome back to my show. This week, with World of Warcraft, Mist of Pandaria, people are checking out the new Looking for Raid mogu'shan vaults, and it's really, really easy. So anybody that's looked up videos or done the 10-man raid knows that you don't, and that has done LFR, knows that you don't really need to worry about any of the mechanics, except maybe arcane damage, the AoEs, the raid, certain things, but those things are pretty obvious. A small little bit of raid awareness, you should know to move away from the group because you have lots of purple graphics coming out from your body and you're taking damage. But there's a lot of other, a little more complicated mechanics that you don't have to pay attention to. Some people are raging over this, saying, looking for raid is too easy. Blizzard, are you serious? Blizzard is trying to accommodate for a very large fan base. A good chunk of this fan base can't play 12 hours a day. You're like, only 12? They want casual players to be able to have fun, be able to raid, kind of get a little bit of a raiding experience with a larger group of people. I don't know about you guys, how often you've pugged with a big random group, especially 25 man. It's usually pretty hellish if there's any difficulty involved. I hate pugging. I don't pug. My guildies, sometimes I'll be just questing or whatever, and they're like, hey, you want to group up for this Shaw of Anger? And I'm like, I love world bosses, and I want to kill bosses. Yes. Is there at least maybe a large chunk of them from the same guild or something? Can we get an event? Maybe. The most difficult thing about the world bosses is just the horde or opposite faction coming and messing with you. I'm gonna get back to that because I have a funny story. But anyway, so give Blizzard a break. Looking for raid is too easy though. I mean, it is really easy. But if you were to get 25 random people who knows what their difficulty level is like, who knows how many of them put on their other specs gear or PvP gear just to get the item level to queue, because you have to have 460 item level in order to queue for it, who knows what you have to work with. Sometimes you have a really good group, and when there was like a little bit of difficulty involved and a little bit of mechanics involved for like Deathwing and Dragon Soul last expansion, there were wipes and it sucked. And sometimes you're like, I don't want to try to get into a group where they just happen to be on the last boss so that I can finish this raid later, but I have to go to work. It's just a pain in the ass. So the success rate on looking for raid mogu'shan vaults is through the roof because it's really easy to do. It allows casual players to get into a raid. And there was an argument on the forums, well, these poor casuals think they're getting the experience of raiding, but it's not. How dull this must look and stuff like that. And I kind of get that, but at the same time, the likelihood of having success with 25 random people from random servers with random crap gear, it's pretty low. So I can kind of go both ways with this argument on LFR. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think of the first half of Looking for Raid mogu'shan vaults in the comment section below. I'm curious to see what you guys thought about it. Speaking of Looking for Raid mogu'shan vaults, the second half of the raid will be queuable on Tuesday, October 16th. That story I was gonna tell you. So we queued up for LFR, me and like 6 or 7 other guildies. Last night we were gonna try to raid. We were 1 person short. We probably would have had a few that were under geared, but I had my solid raiders on. We were 1 person short of having a 10-man. So we didn't go in. We decided to take everyone that hadn't gone already into LFR. So there was about 8 of us. We got to the first boss and we sat there on the steps and we were like eating buff food and getting ready to go, and all of a sudden, the hunter's pet goes after the boss. Ah! That we're all like ragey and stuff. Half the group is locked out because a gate comes up. All of our decent healers were outside. Somehow they managed to get him down 2/3 of the way, and then he enraged. I was like mid-sentence, I was like, wait, where's his enrage timer? I was like, does he not have one? And then he enraged. I was like, oh, that's why I didn't see it, because it had disappeared from my screen, because it was up. It was up. He was ragey. He was pissed. He killed everybody. And so we're all like kind of grr face, and we run back in. Guilty of Mine puts down a really good feast, and the hunter pulls again. So we were able to kick him. We kicked him. We were like, you're dumb. Get out. And then we were fine. After that, we were fine. Everybody waited for the tank to pull because we were all in the right spot, and our tanks have brains. I had both tanks were guilties of mine, so that made things better. Moving on. As usual, I will have some hot fixes that were done since my last video posted in the description for you guys to check out. People were getting so mad in the forums about the grocery thing where you can combine a bunch of your cooking mats into grocery bundles. They are no longer unique equipped. So when you're working with the tillers, those grocery bundles, those bags you can buy to bundle your groceries are not unique equipped, so you can have what you need in your inventory at any given time. I think it's convenient, I think it's better, and I appreciate that they fixed that. Put some damage resist on your iPhone. They came out with 4 new cases. Mr. Pandaria themed, the pandas and the paws and the woodsiness and the cuteness. I think it's pretty hilarious. They're actually cheaper than a lot of the other phone cases that I see. Not really 100% on the quality, but they look pretty nice. I'll link in the description so you can see a picture and see that I totally stole their little intro to that. They also have mouse pads. Supposed to be high density, accuracy mouse pads. Mr. Pandaria themed as well. For those of you that are interested in playing public test runs for upcoming patches and expansions, the 5.1 PTR should be coming soon. I haven't put a date up yet, but I'm going to link in the description. I believe I linked it in my last video or one of my last videos too, but they have a little bit of updated information up about what's coming in 5.1. So I will link that in the description, and you can check out the PTR soon. So keep checking back, and hopefully they will have a date soon. I had another funny raid story I wanted to tell you guys about. So a friend of mine in my guild was like, let's go get Shaw of Anger. They're starting a group over here, so let's go. He's up. So I'm like, all right. And we all group up. Well, he gets assist in the raid and invites all of us that say they want to go. It started out with us over by Bellion. Video I put up proves that I have killed him. So we're over there, and the Horde are fighting them. So they're like, well, let's see if the Horde wipe, and if they like disband group or something, then we'll do it. Or if, you know, we get bored basically, or they're doing fine, we'll go over to Shaw. Alright, so we're chilling. Well, as I was talking about earlier, you get 25 random people in a group, and there's bound to be a good portion of people who will probably make bad decisions. To prove said point, there were a few people that kept saying, kill the Horde, and then we'll take Bellion. Really? Guys, if we mess with their raid, they're just gonna mess with us once we try to kill them. Why even bother? Like, come on, guys. Let's just go check another world boss, and if it's not there, I'm out of here. Like, you guys are being dumb. Well, talking turned into action, and a few people went in and started attacking the tank and stuff, and I'm not really sure what happened there, but they started going down like flies. So we go to Shaw of Anger. We're over there, and we're buffed up, and we're ready to go, and we're like, yeah, let's kill this guy who's pissed off and is telling us to kill him, because he does tell us to kill him while we're standing there looking at him. They didn't even discuss Like, they're just like, kill ads and stay out of stuff. Okay, easy enough. But the tanks at least need to know who's doing what. There's a lot of ads though. A lot of those little like angry blobs come out. They're like pissed off spirit things. And they came out and there were so many and they were just like killing all the DPS because they didn't coordinate the tanks jobs at all. People are just like, oh, it's a world boss. It's like LFR. It's just GG. Freaking just kill everything. Okay. There still needs to be a couple things discussed, obviously, in this mechanic. I knew that right off the bat. I'd never done the damn boss. So then people are dying and running back. Takes about a minute into the fight, and there's Horde there killing people off. Hello? Hello? If we hadn't have messed with them, we might have had a chance at Shaw of Anger once we got our asses together and coordinated a little bit. This is why I don't like pugs. I'm okay with looking for raid being easy because I don't like pugs. I like to get my own 10-man together with my guildies, invent, we know how each other play, and we bust it out. But with a bunch of random people, sometimes it's a huge pain in the ass, especially on a PvP server. I love my PvP server though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Because I actually do like world PvP. It's kind of my favorite kind of PvP. When I'm really into the questing zone though, it just pisses me off. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Anyways, that's my video. Sorry about my 2 little story rants. I hope you at least found them somewhat amusing. But I'm going to go. I've got to go to work. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked or disliked this video, let me know why in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.